why people, or why you think someone doesn't like you, doesn't love you, doesn't want to be with you. It doesn't matter who it is. If it's your ex-partner, your partner, he doesn't love me enough, he doesn't respect me. I hear this very often. Why is it? Try to think with me. What is the reason behind him or her not loving you? You have that feeling, and just think with me and listen to me carefully what I just said. You have the feeling. You have the feeling that he or she doesn't love you, doesn't respect you, picks up on you, thinks you're stupid, you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough. They talk about you all the time. Why you think it is? What do you think is behind that? When you know, and when I tell you, and the truth is that everyone else out there is just you pushed out. So I will give you a few seconds. Just think about it. What do you think is inside of you that is causing? I will coach you now. This is what I would ask my client if they started to tell me, look, he doesn't love me. He all the time sees just wrong in me. You know, how I'm not good at this, I'm not doing that well. Why you think it is? Just think about it. And don't worry, this is what I do the same. It happens to me too. I am human as all of you. Sometimes people think like, okay, she's a coach, she doesn't have any problems. Of course I do. And I'm still working on myself. It's normal. We all come to certain people who trigger certain emotions more and more. So just think with me. What inside of you think it's causing him or her to behave like that to you? Or why you think actually, or why you feel they don't love you enough? And very often if I coach someone, I ask them some powerful question like that, they don't know straight away. They have to think hard, and that's what the coaching is about. Because we touch something very deep. Everyone is mirroring you something about you, everyone. And mainly the people around you, like your family members, your loved ones. So what's happening there is, and we have to be really honest with ourselves, it's very hard to find a mistake in ourselves. There's no mistake really, but it is not easy, okay? And I'm now talking from my own experience. It's not very easy to look, okay, what is she mirroring me? What is he mirroring me? So if you feel someone doesn't love you, doesn't respect you, doesn't give you what you need, there's something in you which says, I'm not good enough. I don't respect myself enough. I don't feel I'm lovable. I don't feel I'm wanted. I'm loved. I don't feel I don't feel I'm good enough to be loved. So what do you think about that? How does it feel? Maybe it resonates with you, maybe it doesn't. People who work on themselves a lot, they will find lots of truth in these words. People who are maybe new, they will be like, no. It's his fault. He doesn't love me. I know it. I feel it from him. He doesn't love me. He doesn't respect me. Just he talks about me badly. No. But let me tell you something. Till you will not be able to stop for a minute and feel the truth in the words I'm saying. Feel the truth. Okay, I don't love myself. I don't think I'm good enough. And they just mirror that inner feeling in me to me. Till the time you will be the victim who says, no, it's him. They don't love me, they don't respect me. Nothing will change. And believe me, I know it's hard. I've been there. I keep coming there with certain people. It's not easy. But it is possible. Lots of people I've managed already to clear that. There are people who I'm still working on. Few family members, let's say. But it is possible. And it's not about them being bad. They may be not that great people. That's okay. But what I'm saying, they will never be good to you unless you change that feeling inside of you. Okay? And another thing I tell people, if you don't feel good energy from other people, don't be around them. It's your life. And sometimes it's really necessary to move on, to move out and live your life differently with someone else or alone. If it comes to, let's say, living with your parents, if it's your boyfriend, partner, then maybe it's time to really move on and search for someone better, or let's say open yourself to someone better. But again, unless you shift that in you, unless you change that inside of you from I'm not good enough to I am good enough, I'm lovable, I'm respected, I'm loved, I'm wanted, nothing will really change outside. So you will maybe fall in love again with someone else, someone in your eyes better, but it will happen over time again and again and again. So it's time for you to start to shift that. And you may ask me, how do you shift that? And that's a good question. And it's something which cannot happen overnight. That's why I do coachings. We work on that with people very often, really these 3 months. Or women work in the online program themselves. There are lots of exercises for them to do. But start with little things. Start with really loving yourself. Okay? And start with, again, to love ourselves. It's not really something which will happen overnight, but you can start with little things like, what will make me happy today? Go and do it. Do it for yourself. Or look into the mirror and try to see something nice about you. Maybe you have big ears like I do. Or you have freckles like I do. And maybe you don't like it. So try to see something else, what you like. Don't focus on what you like. Actually, I love my freckles, to be honest. But what I'm trying to say, usually we look into the mirror, mainly as women, we see thousands of things we hate. And we're like, oh my God, if I didn't have this big nose and this big eyes or small eyes, I would be so happy. No. Maybe you would have small eyes, not because now you have big eyes, but you would have something else bigger or smaller. It's time to accept yourself the way you are. And when you start to accept yourself, people will accept you. Okay? So that's just my little message from London. And yeah, I wish you all the best. I wish you to start to love yourselves. And I recorded that in English today because when I sing in English, it's usually easier for me. But I'm planning to do the same in Czech for my Czech clients, because the other people always mirror something to us, and it's not easy to accept that or to see that. What is it in me that it's making them to behave that way, or making me feel like they don't accept me, they don't love me? But the minute you start to at least think about it, that there is the possibility it's inside of you, there's something which they mirror back. It's very important. The shift happens, or at least start to happen. So think about it, okay? Lots of love.